Hello, magical people. It's Fun Friday, Fun Friday, Fun Friday, Fun Friday. What do you got going on? What do you got going on? Fun, 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 fun. So, last week was so fun for Fun Friday. A ton of people hopped on, and I'm hoping today the same thing happens because, I get to chat at you all week, and I want to hear from you on Fridays. So if you're joining in live or listening to the recording, please start commenting, and that way we can get a really fun, interactive way to share for Fun Friday. Yay! So I just want to take a moment and share just my ahas for the week with you while we're waiting for some people to hop on, if they hop on. And so this week was a big aha week, starting with pulling the tree time card on Magical Monday and really seeing that I had been playing with the elder tree for the weekend, and I got to harvest and pluck elderberries off of all of these elder tree branches, and I made over 60 jars of elderberry syrup that I'm selling in my local community. And it just really helped me see and again connect with a new fresh awareness of nature, tree time, and how forthgiving and loving and supportive and abundant life really is around us, especially when we go to the trees, especially when we go into nature. I mean, we walked by some elder trees yesterday. A friend came over and we went for a walk, and we walked by these elder trees, and they were just starting. So there was like maybe one little bundle and one little bushel. And then we got to this mature elder tree, and it was like loaded. I mean, there's such abundance. And I found it, once again, I was sitting in awe. Good morning, Lonice. Share. What do you got going on for this Fun Friday? I was sitting in awe of this elder tree, of just going, wow, why do I ever doubt that abundance is real? Why do I ever doubt the flow that is possible to come, will, if I allow it, come into my life? And I think so often, when we forget to look to nature, when we look at the scarcity mindset, when we look at social media and see what everybody else has and what we don't, or when we see other people and we go, why can't I have that life? Or why do I have to struggle? I think when we step into, so this was my aha from our tree time card this week, is once again stepping into the abundance of nature, stepping in fully to the abundance of nature, and really allowing that to sink in, allowing nature to let us go within and go, wow, we have no lack. We don't lack anything. Everything is within us. Literally, we have the entire, Don Miguel Ruiz talks about how he was sitting underneath the stars and there was just billions of stars. And then he realized that inside of himself are billions of cells in the same magical formation and workings and understanding as the whole entire universe. And that really connected with me in a way that I went, wow, there is so much abundance within me. Just within me. I mean, just for me to move my hands like this, so much abundance and working parts and complex organisms are working together just so that I can share with you this morning. And while that's very whoa, it's amazing to just kind of step back sometimes and go, wow, I'm so grateful. I am so incredibly grateful for this moment, for nature, for connection, for the fact that I am whole, and as we begin this gratitude practice, where sometimes we go, this was a really crappy week and nothing really worked out. Instead, let's shift that. Let's shift that into, I am grateful. I am so grateful that I get to breathe. If you get to walk, be grateful. If you get to see, be grateful. If we get to hear, if we get to see, if we get to love, if we get to hold our babies, if we get to share our voice, be grateful. And so, what are you grateful for today? Hello, Willow. So what are you grateful for? What do you want to share? Because Fun Fridays is not about me. Not that I really want it to be about me the rest of the week. But Fun Fridays is really about me getting to connect with you. I don't get to just hear your voice and your words. So Fun Friday is really a way for me to see you and for you to share with me all that's going on in your life. So share your wins, share your victories, share your gratitudes. And then I will put a separate post up for if you have any business or blog posts or anything like that that you can put in that Fun Friday post. And that way everybody can see what you're up to in your businesses as well. So what is going on? What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? So, I'm not sure. I know some people are friends with me in my private Facebook group, and I've processed over 60, almost more, 60-something jars of elderberry syrup. Ah, so awesome. So that's kind of, I'm grateful that it's a Friday. Yay, yay, yay. And that's so awesome. I'm so grateful for that too. I'm super grateful that it's Friday because we get to start our Discover Your Rhythm 3-month journey today. Yay, 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 yay. And if you're thinking about it, if you're even thinking about it, there is a 3-month payment plan. If you're not able to do the full $147 for the 3 months, there's a $55 payment plan. If you're thinking that you need something, and this is not just for moms that have little ones at home, this is really for moms that are searching for something more, searching for like that reconnection. Searching for that reclaiming of your magic, searching for a way to be present, searching for a way to find your passion, searching for a way to find your soul's calling. This is really for mamas, and not so much it's for all mamas, not just moms with little kids needing to like do things. It's really about creating magic, a magical life through ritual, through connection, which is connection to rhythm, and seeing our connection to rhythm, and it really pulls us into something bigger. So I am grateful to be stepping into my new rhythm, yay, with such wonderful tools. Now I have part-time work, and we are back to homeschooling. Yes, 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 yes. It's so exciting. I feel like, Lonice, this like really kind of gives you a way to be more empowered too, yeah? A way for you to kind of really like help support and uplift your family in a really amazing way. I'm so excited for you. Yay! And so, yeah, what a beautiful morning. I feel like we should just take a moment and just breathe. And just be grateful for our breath. Be grateful for this moment. You know, how often do we rush from thing to thing, and especially in a Facebook Live? I mean, I've only got a few seconds sometimes to grab people's attention, right? And yet if I sat here just breathing, how many people would be like, what is she doing? Yet, take one of the deepest breaths that you can take all day. And if we don't do it right now, when are we going to make time to do it, right? So I'm just so grateful for you and for this time that we get to share. And I do not feel intimidated by having the time to do it all. Yeah, Lonice, yes. Yeah. One of the biggest things that I got out of, I went to a meditation on Wednesday night, and one of the biggest things that she said was, stop trying to hide that you do so many things, And I went, am I doing that? Really? And I didn't even realize, because the woman who leads it very much like says things that you're not aware of. And I think that's true, right? We have so many beautiful things that we offer, and we have so many things that we want to give that we're like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then we kind of like, when somebody asks us, what's going on? Oh, no, nothing. Instead of being like, I have 800 things going on and it's awesome. You know, I think sometimes we need to like wear that. We need to really embody that we have, like she said, she made a metaphor and she goes, Stephanie, you are the Amazon and people are going down the Amazonian River, right? People are always just like, wow, look at all this stuff going on. And she goes, and yet most people expect people to be the Sahara Desert with one thing to gaze at. Like you could see the sunset beautifully, right? And instead of being the Amazon where there's like so much going on, you can't even see it all, and you will miss things because there's so much going on. And to really wear that, right? We don't have to just be a homeschooling mom. We don't have to just be a business mom. We don't have to just be a working mom. We don't have to just be. We can literally, and I think that's what a lot of the women in this magical mothering community are, is they are so multifaceted. Think of a crystal. You know, they're so multifaceted. They're shining out in like 800 directions. And that's beautiful. It's all right. That's a hard thing to accomplish as a wife and mother for sure. Yeah, Willow. As a woman, I absolutely, I feel, and you know, I talk a lot about expectations, and I think a lot of times we expect ourselves to be a certain way. And even just in this meditation, the woman leading it, giving me permission, you know, so I'm going to give you permission, and I am going to tell you that you can do it all in the way that you want it done. And I follow a lot of business women, and I follow a lot of successful business women, and a lot of them, you know, have help as far as nannies and things like this. And every time I think about, you know, I have no qualms with maybe getting, we expect our own limitations. That's exactly what I'm getting at, Lonice. That's exactly it. Is, you know, we think that we can't do it all. And I've seen that I can do it all. I can pop on a show for 30 minutes while I hop onto Facebook Live, or ask my husband to stay a few minutes later before he goes off to work. And there's ways of doing it. And then I can hop off of here and I put them to bed at night, and I've got 4 to 5 hours that I work every night. And then I have, you know, an hour or two that I work in the morning while they're happily playing before the chaos starts. But I think we absolutely need to start looking at where we are and how we can do it all. And I'm going to say it, my rhythm, our rhythm for me, creating rituals, creating a rhythm, a daily, a weekly, monthly, and seasonal rhythm is the way to do it all. Because so often when we try to just do it all and do it all the time, there's no way. Like, that is unrealistic. And it's not an expectation, it's just unrealistic. I cannot run, you know, 3 programs and have 10 coaching calls a day and watch my children and be present with them full time. That's unrealistic, right? And so creating this beautiful, like, really look at your life, really look at the magic that you want to create. And what are all the different pieces? And this is what Discover Your Rhythm program, or the course, is all about, is let's look at all the different pieces that you want to have in your life, and let's do those. Let's create rituals around them. Good morning, Nancy. Let's create rituals around everything that you want and desire. Let's create space for your magical life. And even now, I often leave room to expand, right? So often we have this dream of our magical life, and then we go, oh wait, that doesn't look like it. No, I don't want that. But really, it could just be something that's like uplifting us towards our magical life. So I put out this, that for the elderberry syrup. And to be honest, I've put out a lot of things to help make money and support my family financially. And I put out the elderberry syrup, and literally within the first 2 days, I sold over 10 jars of it. And I went, whoa, okay, that worked. And then it was like, okay, what next? Am I to continue doing this? Hey, good morning, Emily. And as it continued, it was like, wow, this is really fun. This is a way that I can be present with my kids and create magic and I feel like I'm potion making. You know, when I'm making elderberry syrup, I'm literally pouring my love, my healing, my magic into each jar of elderberry syrup and like setting an intention that this will heal and create happy, healthy homes. So it's a way for me to do what I love to do one-on-one in a jar. And I think that was Spirit's way of saying, you don't have to, it's not necessarily going to look the way that you think it's going to look. And I think when we start finding things and looking for the opportunities that this might not be what you expected your magical life to be, but can you open up to that? Can you give into it? Can you receive it? Can you really allow it to flow into you? Just try it on, you know, and see if that's really going to be how it is. The trash man's here and I didn't put our trash out. Darn it. Rhythm. Taking the trash out is funny enough. That is not on my rhythm, and yet happens to be done sometimes. That's funny. I guess I need to create a ritual around taking the trash out. So, I don't know if he's going to stop and make a bunch of noise right here. Maybe, possibly, yes, he's going to make a bunch of noise. So, and I think for me, whenever I'm teaching anything, I've heard this many times, that the greatest way to learn something is to teach it. And so I love rhythm. I have been learning rhythm for over 5 years now. I started when Zion was an infant. I found rhythm, and I instantly began to incorporate it. Yes. I started the rhythm and it really like flowed. So it's just a little loud at takeoff. And as it really began to flow, we never stopped learning our rhythm because we never stopped growing. We never stopped changing. So when I used to take rhythm courses, which I took so many of them, it was like, here, create your weekly rhythm. And nobody ever flippin' said, create a weekly rhythm for each season because your weekly rhythm will not be the same each season. Create a daily rhythm, but your daily rhythm will not be the same each season. There was no talk of like creating this evolving rhythm. And so I struggled. And the second I would get my rhythm down, it would turn into winter and I would lose it all. How often do we do this, right? Where we have this beautiful flow and we're in this rhythm. People can find it in summer, right? And then school starts and nobody ever says like that preparation of that transition is part of your rhythm. And this is a really beautiful way to see that we are in a flow. The trees don't go, oh wait, it's not time to drop my leaves yet. They just like stay in that transition. They gently transition. So often we try to go straight from summer into school, new rhythm, new routine, get it all done right now. And that is mind-boggling, right? I mean, that's like, I can't function. It's amazing how it just keeps us small. So, yeah, Lonice was saying she loves seeing the response. Yeah, the response that when I posted that I had all this elderberry syrup, the community is like really outpouring, and more so than I've ever seen. And I think it's happening more often everywhere, of like this awareness of health and that nature and the wild can provide that health. And you know, when I'm getting a lot of questions of like, well, is this elderberry organic? I'm like, it's one better. It's wild. Like, there's no interaction at all with people. And I think that's where we need to get. Are we organic or do we want to be wild? Like, let's really put ourselves into the wild and really explore this possibility of discovering our wild rhythm, not this structured, have to do everything right when it says to do on my rhythm, but really create this breathing, alive, flowing, beautiful rhythm of life. Good morning, Jessica. So as we really allow ourselves to breathe into this moment, I just thank you for being here. If you haven't shared what you're grateful for, or your fun Friday, or what's exciting in your life, what's going on? Fun Friday. Share something awesome and magical and wonderful. Even if you just have to say, I'm grateful that I have a nose. You know, even if it's, I'm grateful that I have eyes that I can see. I have ears that I can hear. Be grateful in this day. Loni shows me the importance of putting our magic out there. Yes. And I think, you know, it's not failure. I feel like I've come a long way in the past 8 years. I could say 8 years, because I was a massage therapist, and I was always putting myself out there in really weird, wacky ways with my massage therapy even. And when they didn't stick, I would say, that was a failure, that didn't work. But really, it was just like one step more to becoming who I was, who I am. And every time we put ourselves out there, whether it's to our children and do really kooky things with them, every time we allow ourselves to kind of blossom in a way that's really magical and really unique to us, it just allows our whole space to open up, and then more magic can come in. So it's this beautiful, we have to give, and yet we have to be open to receive. And how often, I talked yesterday about how often do we even block our hearts out from receiving our own children, receiving our partners, where our partners are like, hey babe, let's do something. And we're like, oh, I'm busy doing this. No, that was an invitation to open our heart. That was an invitation for us not to get stuck in our own way. So allowing ourselves the space to really be open. So we go through all of these aspects actually in the Creating Your Magical Life Sisterhood. We've done pretty much each one of these I've talked about. We've talked about almost all of these different aspects: forgiveness and heart opening, being open to receive, giving, magic, rhythm, all of these in that space as well. So if you really want to be involved in something, and yet the Discover Your Rhythm program is a little too much for you at this time financially, there is the Creating Your Magical Life Sisterhood, which we meet every other week. And that is $25 a month. So if financial reasons are the reason you cannot be in the sisterhood, please PM me. There are scholarships. There are ways that you can pay a portion and then a scholarship to pay the rest. So please do not think that there is any reason why you cannot be in anything if you desire to be in it. Do not let money, I have let money get in the way of so many of my dreams and so much of my magical life that I do not want anybody else to have that excuse. Because really, right, that elder tree, the abundance is all around us, and it's a matter of creating abundance and seeing it. I mean, even looking behind me, the cedar tree does not create one little green thing. When it creates pollen, the entire tree is covered with pollen that you're covered in yellow for 3 weeks. You know what I mean? It's let's create that sort of abundance in our life. Yet let's really create abundance that feels so magical that there's no more getting in our own way. There's no more stepping in front of our own path anymore. It's just a matter of breathing into the magic and allowing that flow to be in there. So I ended up talking at you a whole lot more than I was going to. But if you guys would still like to share your fun Friday, your gratitude, your ahas, your insights, please do. I would love to hear from you, and I always hop back on and kind of check out what everybody has said after. And for those listening to the recording, please share. I want to get to know you. I want to know what's going on in your life, and really get connected with who you are and what's going on in your magical realm. So peace and blessings to you. I will see those of you at 9 a.m. for the Discover Your Rhythm. There's still time to sign up. magicalmothering.com/Discover Your Rhythm / and we will be starting at 9 a.m. today, and there's still plenty of time. Come join us. It'll be magical. All right. Peace and blessings to all of you. Mwah. Love ya!